Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Bassie and I'll be reading your cards today. This message is for the general collective, so please only take what resonates with you. I wouldn't consider myself a professional, so if you're looking for that, please look elsewhere. And we're going to be doing just a simple past, present, future spread, and we're just going to get started. I'll tell you which decks I'm using later and who they're by. All right. Could I please have a card for insight into the past? All right. So we have strength for you. And could I please have a card for insight into the present? We've got the Hermit. And a card for insight into the future. All right. So it's looking really good. All right, so I'm going to get some extra cards. But if you've never seen this card before in your life, it really is what it says it is. So it's a time of strength. It could have been a hard time, and that's why you needed strength. That's kind of what I'm getting from it, but I'm gonna pull more cards to understand better. All right, yeah. I'll pull one more. All right, so we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Two of Swords. So with the Nine of Wands, he's been hurt in the past, and I know we are talking about the past already. So for me, it shows that it was a bit of a hard time. Um, with this, I'm getting that maybe you weren't as connected to yourself as you could have been. It can be a card of indecision. So I feel that you had to get strength to get out of these times. As in the present, we have the Hermit. So he's really looking inside. He's spending time with himself. Um, it's a time more of inner light. Um, we will get more cards for him. You're gonna see me jumping around a bit. Maybe that's how you were feeling in the past. So I'm not always like that. And as I said that, a card jumped out, so. Alright, so a card to clarify the present with the Hermit. Alright, and we'll do another one. Alright, actually, I'll move that so you can see it. So, we've got the Six of Swords here, and we've got the Magician. So it's looking like a really good time. It does look like I don't know why I want to say transitory because I don't think that's exactly what I mean, but transitional. That's what I'm trying to say. Transitional phase in your life. Maybe you're spending a lot of time at home. Uh, with the magician, it's a card of manifesting. It's a really really good card, honestly. Um, but it's what you do with it that's important because you could be manifesting the wrong things, right? And you really want to use this time to try to, I know be positive sounds cheesy, but uh, control your thoughts, because you can make uh, the life that you want. I've seen lots of people do it. But this card is saying that you're going to better waters. So far you're in a better time, uh, going towards a better time, which is a good thing. Um, and I'm very sorry about what the past may have looked like, but it seems like it did help you grow in a very good way. Um, with these swords, people read this card in different ways, but I think for this occasion, it's the swords are really standing out to me. So I think that you've still got some burdens or some weights on your shoulder, um, but I feel that they will be dropping away, especially with how the future's looking so far. I will get to that, but uh, the reason I wanted you guys to see this is because it's the Eight of Wands. So normally it's a card of fast movement, but to me it looks like things are dropping from the sky right now, which could definitely be these swords. You could be letting go of a lot of troubles that you've gone through in the past, um, and making a new life for yourself, which I'm very happy for you if that is how it's going. Now, for the future, so far we have the Nine of Cups. Now, he's also about manifesting, so he really does go with the Magician, but he's very in control of his thoughts. In the normal, just classic Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck where you can see the colors, I think his hat is blue or red or something, and it has to do with manifesting and being in control. And he's very in control, as you can see with the way he's sitting. Try to show you guys. And he's got all his ducks in a row. So it seems like the future is looking very good for you. But I am going to draw another card for you. Another two cards. To clarify that future. I'll do another one. That one didn't feel right. All right. That's awesome. I'll do one more. Your cards are still jumping out at me. All right, one more card. Right. Now I know you can probably see that that's the death card, but don't be scared. It's one of my favorite cards. It's actually a very good thing, especially when it's talking about the future like this. And considering the sun is the part that's standing out to me, the sunrise or sunset, depending on how people read it, I think it's the sunrise. All right, so we talked about this guy. He's doing great. Now, the chariot, this can be a card of victory. It can be a really, really amazing thing. But what's for me for this reading, it seems like it's more about how he's balanced. He's got both these guys going in the same direction, which I think that this is supposed to be you in this card, that you've really got your eyes set on the future. You know what you want to make, and that really has to do with this card. This is the Seven of Cups. It's it's about your dreams and fantasies, but with the cards that are here, it seems like you're going right towards it. And you're making the reality that you want to make. Now, the death card, it's really, I'm gonna leave it out with this actually, but it's a transformation card. It's things have ended. Maybe all these swords have finally dropped, and now you're becoming a new person. You're becoming maybe, hopefully, a better person. But I think that you just have gotten stronger throughout all of this. You've used this strength to turn your life into what you want. If you had a goal or something, maybe even a competition, this shows you're definitely winning. Now, we're going to do my favorite part of the reading, which is the oracle cards. I'm going to draw one for each section. And this is the Mushroom Spirit Oracle deck. It is by Nicola McIntosh, and I really like it. All right, so can we have an oracle card for the past? All right, so that, and I'll show you the cards, don't worry. I know my camera can't see the tiny little letters on them. And can we have a card for the present? And a card for the future. All right. So I'm going to give you my first impressions, but it does come with a book with more information on each one, and I'm going to read you the pages from each one. So for the past, you got Turkey Tail, and the little tiny words is block. So I think there was a blockage or an obstacle that you were working through in the past. But the other thing that's standing out for me is the number for this one is 4, and normally that means stability. And I think that you really took this and moved into a better time. But I will read you the words from the little book. All right. So it says, where is there a blockage or stagnation in your life? It's time to focus on building your energy and defenses so you can shift the stuck energy. Chinese medicine says if there is debris in a creek causing it to be blocked, do not lift each heavy piece out of the way individually. Instead, build the flow of water so its force moves the debris effortlessly. The creek or river is our blood and ki, and the debris is stuck energy. I lost my spot. Repressed emotions and the accumulation of fluids that need movement to transform them. When we build ourselves up on the inside, we give ourselves a better chance of pushing through obstacles within and outside of ourselves. Turkey tail is effective in cancer treatment. Cancer is the proliferation of cells in an abnormal state, that is, an overgrowth of cells. Ask yourself, what has triggered something in my life to grow out of control and dangerously? Is something you have left unchecked grown to a point that it is no longer serving you? Or is there someone or something in your life that is no longer for your highest good? It is time to look around you and inside yourself to find what stands in the way of your flow and remove it. By making the stand and strengthening your energy, you allow the life force that moves you to flow naturally, bringing balance and harmony back to your life. And that's it for that one. Now, for the next one, we have Rosie Bonnet, and it says define. So that makes me think that the present is really a time where you're defining yourself, you're finding out about yourself, making yourself into this victor that you see in the future. But I will read the thing for you. after I have some tea. Speaking of tea, it's also really important to stay healthy, especially if you're trying to take care of yourself like this. Drink lots of water. Okay, so it says there are similarities at play here. Where do you need to look more closely at the finer detail? There is something you might not be noticing, and when you understand what you are really looking for, it will be easier to identify. You might be making an assumption about something or someone and aren't really seeing the full picture. Make sure you do your research and due diligence in this matter. Really give it a lot of thought when you are certain what you need to look for, put it into action. This card might also mean that you need to help others see what it is before them and show them how to look for similarities so they too can find exactly what they are searching for. It could be a time to define what you are looking for. Are you being a bit too vague and need to really look at the finer details? Only when we truly define what it is that we want, can we manifest it in our lives. Don't be fooled by appearances either. Someone may be trying to be something they are not. There might not be anything wrong with that, but it is always good to understand why. Not everything is as it seems, but that is not always something to be worried about. Keep your wits about you and see what's really in front of you. Looks can be deceiving. So, I don't think it's about anyone tricking you. I'm just not getting that from this reading. But who knows? There's a lot of different people that might be seeing this video, and maybe that is in your case. But something that did stand out to me is the act of noticing. And because it seems like you're transforming into something else or letting go of things, it can be really hard to do that. But something that can really help as just a step one is even just noticing the thing that you don't like or the feeling that you don't like. It can really help move that energy and then it can be released. And just continuing to notice, even if you have like intrusive thoughts, if you just notice that it's there, it will help. It's a very good step one. All right, future 18. So this card is the blue pink gill. It's actually really pretty. And the little words is rarity. So I think you're becoming something really beautiful. As I said, I noticed how nice this card is, and also something really original. So, being a rarity doesn't necessarily mean that people fail to notice you. In fact, it can be quite the opposite, as seen in the blue-pink gill. Standing out can be beautiful when you look different from everything around you. Everyone serves a purpose, even if you don't understand what it is yet. Your purpose may be big, it may be small, but size doesn't equate to bigger and better. The simple act of seeing the beauty in what is in front of you has an effect on the larger scale. Do you know what your purpose is? Do you see the beauty in your rarity? For there are incredibly complex pieces that make up your whole. Rarity is beautiful, and rarity is not always unique. There will always be others just like you, so you can still find your tribe. But by being rare, you deter what you don't want finding you. You stand untouched by those who would normally try to take you down. You go unnoticed to some, but noticed to others. Blue was always a hard color to come by in olden days, and therefore something only royalty could obtain. What is your uniqueness, and how can you utilize it to stand out in a sea of the same? Stand tall and proud and enjoy being something special. So I think this really is a time where you're enjoying who you are. Like, even the parts that maybe you used to not like, you're really accepting for yourself. Especially with the death card, I think that that's part of the transformation is that you're actually accepting parts of yourself that you used to not like, but now you think it's beautiful. So, that was your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Um, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. I feel really cheesy saying that, but it would be awesome. And if anything resonated with you or you see these things happening in your future, please leave a comment. Like, I would love to know